Hello, everybody. It is currently 4 p.m. Thank you all for joining us for our Poetry Night event for 2021. Now we're going to give it another 5 or so minutes to give everybody the opportunity to join the meet, make sure that they're all ready. In the meantime, I want you guys to tell me how your week has been going, because I think we're all excited for school to be coming to an end for summer. So maybe let me know what you guys are excited to do for the summer. I know I'm definitely excited to spend some time sleeping in. How about you, Sanethna? Oh.
Yep, I am so excited to sleep in. I really cannot wait until summer starts so I could finally get proper sleep and maybe fix my sleep schedule. I'm not too sure how that's going to work out.
That sounds like such a good plan. Just, fixing everything, taking naps. Sounds fantastic. How about movies and music nights in my... What movie are you looking forward to watching, Kasumi?
And music nights seems so much fun.
I know. Luca? Ooh, I haven't heard of it. I'm excited to watch In the Heights. Like, I know it came out, and I haven't found the time to sit down and watch it. So I'm really excited to watch that. It's 4:01. We're going to give it a few more minutes for everybody to hop in. Thank you to all of you that are here on time. I'm sure you're going to enjoy all our performances today. Now I'm curious, actually, for the summer, are you guys, which is the superior season? Are we more fall people?
Definitely winter? Spring.
No, I'm a fall.
On that. What? Fall?
Fall is superior.
Spring is the best.
No, fall is the best. It's like not hot, it's not cold, it's like the middle.
Okay, but like spring is like not hot and not cold, but like there's also lots of rain. I love the rain.
No,
spring is the best. And like the flowers and everything's dead in the fall.
That's true.
I disagree. I love the fall. I'm gonna go with Rakshay on this. Fall is the season.
Thank you.
But it's so beautiful in the spring when like all the birds are blooming and all the birds are coming back, the flowers are, it's just such a vibe. Spring is the best. By far. In my opinion, at least.
I'm seeing a lot of summers. I'm also seeing a lot of springs, surprisingly. A lot of falls. No one said winter yet. I love that. No one has said winter. We're seeing people also love the rain. Rain is really fun. I was so excited when it was raining this morning. I wanted to go walk outside and just stay under it.
Too.
And then I realized I couldn't ruin my hair. I was so excited. I was ready to go. And then I was like, wait, no, darn.
See, I can't even go because the rain ruins my glasses. Like, I'd have to take them off and then go. Otherwise, I cannot see anything.
Right? Exactly. So wait, okay. So summer, what do you guys like to eat in the summer? Like, are we popsicles, slushies, Slurpees, freebies, ice cream sundaes? Oh my God, I haven't had one in so long. I want to see how many iced coffees we get, because I see people drinking hot iced coffees in the winter, and I go, what do you mean? How?
Yes, ice slushies.
Yeah.
They all seem so good.
I know.
I can't wait till the summer. Well, it is the summer, but I can't wait till summer break.
Yes. Summer, one more week. We have to survive. All the grade 12s, get to escape. But the rest of us, we have to survive one more week. And it's going to be such a nice summer this summer. We're sitting at home, but it's just the idea of a break. I'm going for a drive-in concert. Who are you going to go see, Kasumi?
It's for the Ajax Jam Fest.
Ooh, that sounds so cool. How'd you hear about it?
I saw a sign for it when I was driving by.
Oh, that sounds nice.
That seems so cool.
You should let us know how that goes later in our next event next year. Just make a note of that. Join us for Newspaper Club, and then just let us know. Fantastic. All right, it's almost 4:05. One more. Oh, it is now 4:05. So We're still got people joining us. We're at 40 people, which is absolutely incredible. I'm so excited for this event. Thank you all for joining us today. So we're gonna just get started first of all with some introductions, talking about our event, and then so we'll probably get started with our actual performances in about 5 or 10 or so minutes. So hi everybody, welcome to Richardson's spoken word event in collaboration with DDSB at Home. This event has been run by Richardson's newspaper team, which is called Eye on the Storm, and DDSB's Pen Strokes. And we're super excited to bring you today a night of activities, performances, and so much fun. So before we get started, I want to first introduce the team that has been planning this for so much time. Harney, I'll check them in a bit. I currently cannot. So this team has been working tirelessly over these past few months. So I'm going to start by introducing myself. Hi, everybody. My name is Lena Wehebe. I'm a grade 11 student, and I'm the president of JCR's newspaper club, Eye on the Storm, and I'll pass it off to Tosin.
Hi, everyone. My name is Oluwatosin, and I run Pen Strokes for DDSB at Home.
Awesome. And I'm going to let our executive team introduce themselves.
Hi everyone, my name is Vatala. I'm a grade 10 student and I'm also the marketing manager for Eye on the Storm. I'm so excited for this event.
Hi guys, my name's Rukshia. I'm also a grade 10 student and I'm the school spirit leader for Eye on the Storm. And I'm also very excited for you guys to see what we have planned. And I'll pass it on to Sanathma.
Hi guys, my name is Sanathma Manasinghe and I am the content manager for Eye on the Storm at JCR, and I am so glad you guys came and I am so excited for Poetry Night.
Hi everyone, my name is Sakina and I'm a grade 10. I am one of the graphic designers of this club and I'm looking forward to this event and the wonderful performances that we'll be watching today.
Fantastic. Unfortunately, our final graphic designer is currently experiencing some Wi-Fi issues. So Alyssa is our last graphic designer. She's a grade 11 student, and she does a spectacular job helping us design and organize everything at our club. So we're going to get started by listening to a quick message from our principal, our J. Clark Richardson's principal, Mr. Maharaj, talking about this event.
And Durham and home secondary students. My name is Mr. Maharaj. I'm the principal at J. Clark Richardson, and I'm here to welcome you to the Richardson Spoken Word event for 2021. Today's event is brought to you by the students that make up the Richardson Eye on the Storm, as well as the Durham at Home's Pen Strokes Club. I'd like to thank all the organizers that put this together and the teacher advisors that helped them do so. Today, you're in for an exciting event. We have our spoken word and poetry reading by some of our students. It's always wonderful to hear students expressing themselves. It's a great way for us to come together, to reflect on the year that we've had, and to hear how the world and the things around us have impacted us. I hope you're in for, I know that you're in for a great night tonight. Thank you so much for being a part of today's event, and we'll see you all soon. Take care, everyone.
Fantastic. We're very grateful to have our principal here to give us a quick message as we go into this event. And I just wanted to give you guys a heads up. If you see me looking over, I've got my second monitor pulled up so I can monitor the chat as we continue through this event. So just a heads up that I am fully with you guys. So before we continue, I just wanted to talk a little bit about what J. Clark's newspaper club does. So Eye on the Storm is our J. Clark Richardson's newspaper club. We meet every Friday online from 4 to 5 p.m. and we welcome new members year-round online and in person. A lot of what we do is super fun. So we write articles, stories, we cover events. So if you're interested in writing, photojournalism, podcasts, or any other forms of really media, our club is the place for you. We like to stay involved. We participate in a lot of campaigns within and outside the school, and we like to collaborate with different clubs for different initiatives and to spotlight the amazing work that is done every day around the school. And lastly, we have a lot of fun. If you ask anyone, or I'd like to think that if you ask anyone in our club, they'll say that they really enjoy our meetings. We like to keep them relaxed, casual, and full of so many games. So if you're interested in seeing any of our work, you can check us out at onthestorm.ca. Full disclosure, our website is currently undergoing some redesigning, so it might be a little bit messy. Or you can check out our Instagram at GSIR Newspaper so that you can see any new updates on what initiatives we're running and any events that we run, such as these. And if you're interested in joining our club for next year, after seeing this event, you can join our Google Classroom this year using code GOZ3RHX. I'm going to leave that on the screen for about 5 more seconds. That is Google Classroom code GOZ3RHX. So if you want to snap a picture to join us for next year, we'd love to have you. And we look forward to all of that. Fantastic. So a quick heads up. For today's meeting, we're honored to be able to present a raffle for today's meeting for 2 $15 Amazon gift cards. So to be eligible for this raffle, all of you are already eligible if you have already signed up using our Google form in our bio, and you'll be eligible by participating in our Kahoots and our social media raffle later on today to win tickets for that. So for today, here's a quick look into what our agenda will look like. We've already done our introductions and our principal's message. Next up, we're going to be moving into our poetry performances, which I am absolutely excited for. For a full list of who's going to be performing and in what order, you can check us out on our Instagram at GSR Newspaper. After which, we're going to have a quick Kahoot break where we'll be playing some really fun Shakespeare or hip hop guessing games. We'll have even more poetry, performances, songs, our raffle break, so about 5 minutes to spread the love on social media and to take a quick break and grab yourself some water, some more poetry, some more Kahoots, and one last round of poetry before we have our closing remarks and raffle winners. So stay tuned all the way until the end to see who wins. So without further ado, I'm going to be passing it off to Sanatma, who's going to be introducing the first of our incredible performers for today.
Thanks, Lana. So for our very first performer of the day, we have Tosin Thompson, who's a grade 10 student, and she will be performing a poem called You're Not Helping. So give it up for Tosin.
Everyone, my name is Oluwatosin, and I will actually be performing a piece of poetry that I wrote called You're Not Helping. And I just wrote it because a few years ago I really loved writing spoken word, and I just think it's really fun. And I had the situation where I felt like a lot of the time people were trying to speak for me, or they had ways that they thought they could help me, even though they didn't really ask me. So I thought it would be cool to write about that experience now, and I really hope you all enjoy. You're not helping. You're not helping by lying to my face. In what way did that improve the situation? Now I am second-guessing everything anyone says. Whether you'd like to admit it or not, you have created more chaos, more disaster than there was in the first place. You're not helping me talk to the guy I don't like by invading my space. I didn't want it and never asked for it, like you say. In all honesty, it wasn't the act that bothered me. It was simply the audacity. You're not helping me when you shush me so your voice can be heard. And the worst part is that you think you've done something. Helped me face my demons. You're proud of yourself, and you should be. As you revel in another victory, I am forced to claim another defeat. You want to be the hero. You want to save the day. You want me to fall to my knees and praise your excellency. You want me to stand in awe of your glory. If you want the recognition and the praise to feel accomplished and satisfied with yourself, that's fine. That's okay. But don't lie to yourself. Don't make me live in your fantasy too. You didn't save or protect me from the horrors of this world. If you're being real for just a moment, you would admit it was never your plan in the first place. Because if you really cared, if you really wanted to help me, you would put your pride aside. You would let me speak. You simply would have asked me what I wanted and needed. Yeah, maybe then you could have helped me. Thank you.
Wow, that was an incredible poem. I really liked your choice of topic. Okay, next up we have Ava Mary Wilson, who's a grade 10 student and will be performing her poem entitled Aceman. Let's give it up for Ava Mary.
Oops. Hi, my name is Ava, and I'm a grade 10 student. Today I'm presenting my poem. It's called Aslan. I wrote it on August 12th last year. It's about a teenage boy who was a gang leader in New York, solving mysteries that affect him and his family. It's based on an anime I watched a while ago. I wrote it to dedicate my favorite character's birthday, and I hope you enjoy it. Imagine someone so beautifully pained, jade green eyes that complement the sky, hair honey golden that swore by the sun. Now, this links to something else, someone you've never seen before, searching for the meaning of life and what he's here for. Many underestimated him, which was pretty funny. Many hated him, but at what price? If I were them, I would have thought twice. He's pretty, but dangerous if he chose to cross the line. Never anger the Slinks. Oh no, or you'll be petrified. He's just like everyone else, just like you and me. His weaknesses are his loved ones who didn't deserve to die. He kept it inside to show that he'll never say goodbye. His views on life were not something to hear, but talk about death, you'll never feel fear. It feels so sweet, peaceful, and unbearably enticing. I don't know about you, but that sounds more to my liking. I'm not afraid of dying, he says as he looks to the sky. Every day, he seemed more like he wanted to fly. He could have changed the world if he was only alive. Thank you.
Wow, that was super meaningful. Next up, we have Sunethma performing The Race, so let's give it up for her.
My name is Sunethma Manasinghe, and I will be performing my poem that is called The Race. And it is about basically feeling kind of overwhelmed with school and forgetting the fact that school isn't everything in life. And yeah, so I will begin my poem now. Laying in the lush green grass as the warmth of the summer sun wraps around me. Melodies of laughter and bright smiles fill the air, and oh, how I long to be out there, just lying beneath the sun and dancing in those happy melodies, those simple days filled with beautiful dreams, yet I am stuck beneath the faded sky, stuck as thunderstorms howl above me, as the sunshine vanishes and scrambling to find it yet again, and it hits me like a hurricane, stampeding me over and picking me up. I'm swirling around in these endless cycles of worksheets, of papers, projects, notes, quizzes, exams, and I'm running like I were a hamster on a wheel, and it seems as though I am attempting to maneuver my way through a maze, but without a map. And God, if I can just go back to where I started, on that lush green grass underneath that summer sun. But I have to do that work and get that done and answer those texts, keep up with it all. And oh, will I ever find my way back? Because these days race by and it's all just a blur. I feel like I've lost my mind before I've even been out in the world. And at 16 years old, I've missed out on my life, trapped within that maze and fallen into that hurricane. So listen closely, because this is what I will leave you with today. Because when you're 16 years old, you can't waste your days. Go out and embrace that summer sun. Feel the lush green grass and relax, because life is tough. And soon those melodies of laughter and bright smiles will reappear. So reach out when you're lost, because you will get there. Thank you.
That was awesome, Sunethma. I loved how you expressed the reality of some of our lives. Up next, we have Gari, who is also in grade 10, reading her poem called Reality Check.
Gari, and the poem I wrote is called Reality Check, and I wrote it when in quad 3 I was really overwhelmed and I was feeling just under a lot of pressure to get all these work done and study for all these tests. And I wrote it at a very, I would say, interesting intersection, where the first part is me talking about how overwhelmed I was, and the second part is the point of view from what my childhood self would have said. So without further ado, this is my poem, Reality Check. I can't quite explain why, but I'm feeling out of place. I'm really sick and tired of constantly proving my case. I'm starting to think that life is nothing but a race, and it's been quite a while since a smile was on my face. These were the words I thought on a quiet Thursday night, thinking about my sky-high goals that just weren't in my sight. And then I came to the realization that I was committing a crime. I was robbing from myself, and I was stealing my own time. And then I thought, I wish that I could just breathe. I wish I could relax. I wish I could do many things without paying some type of tax. How can I change my reality? How can I be free from these textbooks, essays, and equations all clinging on to me? So I sat there in the silence and I tried to list some ways that I could free myself from this fear of failure maze. And then something hit me in a way I can't explain. It was something so life-changing and it stuck there in my brain. I realized what I needed was a new way to see so I could rearrange my ideals and my priorities. Most of all, what I needed was a new mentality so that I could take a step back to see my reality. A step back from reality can often make things clear, for all these goals set so high of which I am not near. A step back from reality is often quite ideal, when you're not feeling human, rather made of tin and steel. May it be for a mere moment or maybe an hour or two, you might just be left with an entirely brand new view. Sometimes it is helpful to take a step back if you feel that you are lost or on the wrong track. When tension seems to slowly start to linger through your skin, take a breath of freshness and feel the air within. When it seems that you can no longer hold your head up high, just keep both feet planted and look up at the sky. The mind is often full of seeds we do not wish to grow. They consume all of our energy and they leave us feeling low. The key to the mind is that you are in control, so plant positive seeds, which leave you feeling whole. Though it may seem like reality is not on your side, do not forget your potential and follow your inner guide. For often it can take you many steps ahead, not in front of others, but in front of reality instead. A step back from reality can often make things clear, for all these goals set so high of which I am not near. A step back from reality is often quite ideal when you're not feeling human, rather made of tin and steel. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for that wonderful poem, Gari. I really loved it. And next up, our performer is Sakina Ali, and she will be showing her original artwork and doing a reading of The Flyaway Horse. So give it up to Sakina.
Sakina Ali, and I'm in grade 10. So today I want to share with you all a painting I made inspired by Mashkur Raza, a contemporary Pakistani artist. And so here is my painting. And so the title of my work is called Powerful Horses, and this artwork portrays a symbol of beauty, power, and peace. And the poem that I'll be reciting today, which correlates with my work of art, is a poem written by Eugene Fields called The Flyaway Horse. Oh, a wonderful horse is the flyaway horse. Perhaps you have seen him before. Perhaps while you slept, his shadow has swept through the moonlight that floats on the floor. For it's only at night, when the stars twinkle bright, that the flyaway horse with a neigh, and a pull at his rein, and a toss of his mane, is up on his heels and away. The moon in the sky, as he gallops by, cries, "Oh, what a marvelous sight!" And the stars, in dismay, hide their faces away in the lap of old grandmother night. It is yonder, out yonder, the flyaway horse speeds ever and ever away, over meadows and lane, over mountains and plains, over streamlets that sing at their play, and over the sea like a ghost sweeps he, while the ships, they go sailing below, and he speeds so fast that the men on the mast adjudge him some potent of woe. "What ho there!" they cry, as he flourishes by with a whisk of his beautiful tail, and the fish in the sea are as scared as can be, from the nautilus up to the whale. And the flyaway horse seeks those faraway lands you little folks dream of at night, where candy trees grow, and honey brooks flow, and cornfields with popcorn are white, and the beasts in the wood are ever so good to children who visit them there. What glory astride of a lion to ride, or to wrestle around with a bear. The monkeys, they say, come on, let us play, and they frisk in the coconut trees, while the parrots that cling to the peanut vines that sing, or converse with comparative ease. Off, scamper to bed, you shall ride him tonight, for, as soon as you've fallen asleep, with a jubilant neigh, he shall bear you away, over forest and hillside and deep. But tell us, my dear, all you see and you hear in those beautiful lands over there, where the flyaway horse wings his faraway course, with the wee one consigned to his care, then grandma will cry, in amazement, oh my, and she'll think, it could never be so, and only we two shall know it is true. You and I, little precious, shall know. Thank you.
Wow, now that's a talent, Sakina. That was an amazing artwork. Up next, we have Zara in grade 10 reading her poem called Say My Name.
Hi, my name is Zara, and I'm in grade 10. Ew, it's inverted. Okay, sorry. My name is Zara, and I'm in grade 10, and my poem is about my favorite group called ATs. And part of the reason they're my favorite group is because they have a really cool concept of them being like pirate kings and traveling the seas together and basically like the obstacles they face. And so in the first album, their two main songs are really the major building blocks in their storyline. And so a couple weeks ago, one day at like 3 a.m., I was listening and those two songs came on called Holla Holla and Say My Name. And so I thought, wouldn't it be cool if I made a point of view of one of the members going through what they went through in Holla Holla? And so I did that. And just to like preface, if you like ATs, I don't know if you do, I imagine Sungwa being the one through this, the antagonist of this poem, but you don't have to. It could be anyone. Okay, so my poem is called Say My Name. Say my name, say my name, say my name. Say my name so I can arouse from this nightmare. Remind me of who I am. Oh, please, someone answer my prayer. This is all an illusion. We're all disoriented souls, each looking into their mirror, a reflection of two seemingly different worlds. Is this the mirror of our life, the one we hide so no one can see, where our perfection is distorted, our broken imagery? In all this wonderland gloom, I am no longer alone. There is another sitting in front of me, but he is a part of the unknown. Sitting still, adorned in black from head to toe, I sat still wondering, could he be someone I know? A masked man seen up to the very last. Could this be a message from the future, or even our past? I scanned every inch of his body, yet his identity I couldn't place. Silent he was, from my hopes to his concealed face. Soon I grew restless of his statue-like posture and smell of smoke. I stood up, but was met with his dead stare and mocking jokes. There was too much going on at once, so little plot for so many holes. I looked outside, and there were stalls selling souls, fear, and many shades. But my abrupt pause didn't persist for much longer, as I then felt a hand on my shoulder blade. Through dark clouds of lies, he taunts me with a frail flame. You think you're so special? Say my name. I was shattered when he pulled off his mask. He was me, and I was him. I ran and ran in disbelief, but no matter how much I refused to face it, he was my reflection, someone to whom I felt no connection. Was this meant to be? No, it can't be. So I ran again because this I can't allow. And when I reached the end, I saw all the others, but they were all their reflections. They lost hope without any objections. I hear a faint sound, and suddenly my feet hit the ground. This melody, this song of life, familiar to my ears. I realize now this piece of time is the music of our life. But I felt that day I could be saved. 8 oceans meeting together, purple encircling the horizons, currents deepening the trenches of forever. Enchanting voices, I hear the whispers of the night. Say my name, say my name. But my heart bled for them, who gave up their fight. The pads of my feet hit the sharp rocks as I step into the ocean, one by one reliving every moment in slow motion. As I imagine us dancing like butterfly wings under the crescent moon smile, I accept that I've lost my treasure, but I'll be with them in a little while. Thank you. What a fantastic set of performances. I want to say thank you for all of the people, for all of our performers that kicked us out to an amazing beginning. Stay tuned, everybody. We're going to have even more performances. Thank you to Zara and Tosa and Ava and everybody that performed for our first block. I know I've heard them so many times and I get emotional. I love them every single time. So from here, we're going to take a bit of a break. We're going to have a quick Kahoot. Make sure that you're joining us, because if you play, you're going to be winning bonus entries in our social media contest. So Zara, the praises for your song are still, for your poem are still going. That's how incredible it was. I'm going to be sharing. So I'm going to head back into my slideshow, and we're going to move on to our next performers, or next set of performers, which is going to be Rikshaya. So without further ado, I'm going to let one of my execs introduce her.
So firstly, that Kahoot really showed us how similar poetry and rappers, like their lyrics are. That's so cool. Anyway, next up we have Rikshaya, who's in grade 10 performing an original poem called Law of Attraction. So let's give it up for her.
And the poem I'm going to be reading today is Law of Attraction. So honestly, when Lana told me I had to write a poem, I had no clue what I was going to write. And then it just popped to me that I love like the theory of law of attraction for some reason. It's just something like connection that I have with it. So this is kind of what I wrote. And yeah, I hope you guys like it. My thoughts, my feels, my emotions, my dreams. A wise one said, what you think, you create. What you feel, you attract. What you imagine, you become. Energy, vibes, feels become reality. The soft rustling of leaves, the delicate notes of wind. As I begin to close my eyes, I feel my soul connect. The universe listens. I manifest, I attract. Positivity, mentality, intentions. Negative to positive. Dreams to reality. A living magnet I am. I attract, I manifest. Pen and paper. Gratitude, goal, manifestation. A living magnet I am. As it glides around my book, I begin. I manifest, I attract. Writing equals attraction. Thank you.
That was such a wonderful poem. I really love that. Great job, Rikshaya. So now up next, I'm also super excited for this poem by Grace, who's a grade 10 student, and she will be reading her original poem titled In the Peony's Field.
Grace, and I'm a grade 10 student. Today I will be performing an original poem called In the Peony's Field, and I wrote this poem as a creative outlet for when I was having my existential dread times, and I hope you guys enjoy what I'm offering. I'll meet you again in the field, dressed in the peony's best gowns, carried by the gentle winds of April. On a melancholic night of the 13th, the unwinding river carried our distress and showered the new moon away from their sorrows. The ponds carried our regrets and bathed the stars clean from their guilt. Tonight, in the peony's field, was the moon and stars as our guests. We shared a silenced secret and pondered over the peony's perplexity. For whom do you sprout? For whom do you bloom? Concealed behind your coy veils of pink and red, The peonies hid their determined answers and bared their secrets to none. Time beckoned for our return, and we accepted their pleading requests. As the sun unveiled the night's curtains and the morning dew hugged the earth, the streams carried the moons into the heavens, and the stars followed suit. Our gathering had come to an end. On the merry day of the 13th, and carried by the unforgiving winds of April, in a field dressed in the peonies' best gowns, like the moon without the stars, I too bid you farewell underneath a nightless sky. But perhaps I shall meet you again in the peonies field. Thank you.
Wow, exceptional work, Grace. Your style of writing and choice of words is just out of the box. Okay, next up we have Reagan, who's a grade 11 student and will be performing their original poetry called Hijacked Dreams. Let's give it up for Reagan.
Is Reagan. I'm in grade 11, and I wrote this poem right after I woke up, where I dreamt about someone that I wish I could just forget, pretty much. And it is called Hijacked Dreams. I keep switching between dreams and reality, the lines blurring every time I wake up or think I do, quickly losing the ability to force myself to rise again. I often lay in bed, lifeless. Over and over, the morning hazes into the evening, and I've wasted another day, still not knowing how many I have left. Staring at the ceiling, I picture it swallowing me whole, how I would disappear without a trace, and all that is left would be the imprint of my body on the sheets, waiting for someone to make the bed again and get rid of me completely. I'm seeing you in my dreams. I wanted to forget the pain we've caused each other, and the pain of losing you, and the pain of never having you to begin with. I've tried to forget. But how can I forget you when I hear your name everywhere, echoing in my head over and over against my will? And how can I forget you when in my dreams it's like you never left? What once was, what once wasn't, what will never be. Pretending like we never happened while face to face was hard enough. Like how you treated me didn't make me cry myself to sleep. Like how your words didn't hurt me deep, and yet I still chased after you. Like I didn't search the halls for you. Like I didn't grin from ear to ear when you noticed me. Like I didn't try and forget wanting to be with you. Like all of this happened in reality. Doing this consistently, I keep switching between dreams and reality, shutting off my alarm again and again. The world reaches me, but I can't reach back. Hearing the sounds pass my door, then hearing nothing, and my body doesn't react how my brain wants it to. I'm almost late for class. It's the same every morning, hanging on to dreams, then hanging on to nothing, staring at my screen, watching time go by without me. Now I'm late and I'm still here, still laying in bed, waiting to feel like myself again, waiting to forget you, waiting to wake up.
Awesome job, Reagan. That was amazing. Up next, we have Naina reading her poem called Chaos plus Finally Me.
Hi, I'm Naina, and I'm going to be performing a poem called Chaos and a song called Finally Me. Why is this happening? How can I escape? I'm buried deep below, drowning in fear. Surroundings full of darkness, trapped by negativity. I'm out of focus. I'm falling behind. Then a hand reached out, took me to a safe place. Full of happiness, no more destruction. I was finally free. Free from chaos. So I was gonna sing my song, but then my throat started hurting, so I kind of feel like I'm just gonna say it as a poem for now. So this is called Finally Me. I'm looking deep into my soul. Not knowing who I am, it's the same old feeling again. I can't seem to find it. A bunch of commotion, there's no emotions. Feeling like a puppet on strings. I'm trying to figure myself out. I don't know who to let in. I'm not ready to scream and shout. For the person I'll be, she'll be just like me. I feel like I'm getting there, letting go of all that fear. Never have to pretend anymore. I'm gonna open that door. It's full of possibilities. I'm wondering what it'll be. Now that I'm finally me, I tried to figure myself out. I finally know who to let in. I'm gonna scream and shout. For the one that's me, and she's just like me, because I'm finally me.
All right. Thank you so much for that, Nina. I know I really enjoyed hearing it, and that was my first time hearing it, and it was just so awesome. And I can tell I'm so distracted by how many people are telling you did such an incredible job in the chat. I can tell just how much people loved it, by how much you're getting spam. All right, how's everybody doing? Did we enjoy our, 7-minute break? Oh, that was more. We've got time. Are we all ready to get back in here? Please tell me in the chat how excited you are to see our next batch of performers. Because I'm excited to see our next batch of performers. Yay! Awesome. I'm glad you've been enjoying them so far. They've been doing an incredible job. I know a lot of them have been working on their pieces for weeks now. So without further ado, I'm going to pass it to our execs to introduce our next set of performers.
So for our next performer, we have Shatat, who is a grade 12 student, and he will be performing the poem titled, What is a Poem? So give it up for Shatat.
Hello? Hey, so I'm Shatat Hamid. I'm from grade 12. And yeah, so today I'm going to be reciting a poem for you. It's called What is a Poem? It's written by me. It's a short poem about, the basic concept of poems in the first place and how literature is perceived differently by different people. And yeah, I wanted to write about what a poem means to me personally and what I feel it represents. So yeah, without further ado, let's do this. What is a poem? Whenever I see an amazing sight, I'm too speechless to speak, too lost in thought to concentrate, too busy to make metaphors. When I feel dreadful, I'm too overwhelmed to write, to sing, to think, to hope, and let my mind wander. What is a poem? A group of 14 lines, scribbled down lyrics and verses, rhyming again and again? That doesn't make any sense. A poem is so much more than that. It's a feeling, a sentiment, passion more than anything, something that can't be taken away. What is a poem if not dreams and wonders written down? Gently chosen phrases, working together blissfully, ready to touch so many wistful hearts. That is what a poem is to me. A little piece of a grand puzzle, an important piece of the poet's mind, written on paper, carefully. What is a poem, you ask? It is the poet's emotions revealed, portrayed in its rawest form, laid open like a wound, open for others to heal. A poem is every little thing the poet believes in and loves, written down to be shared with the world. A powerful perception of life. Thank you.
Spectacular job, Shatat. Now we all know what a poem truly means. All right, up next we have Rivia, who's a grade 10 student and will be performing her poem entitled A Trip to the Caribbean. Let's give it up for Rivia.
And I'm in grade 10. I wrote this short poem to express what I would do for a trip to the Caribbean. I flew through the sky, I swam in the ocean. I jumped across hurdles, I climbed through trees. I sang through until my diaphragm felt sore. I danced until my feet hurted. And all for what? What do I get? This was all for a trip to the Caribbean. Thank you.
That was amazing, Rivia. I loved that poem. It has so much emotions in it. Up next, we have Akil reading so focused yet so distracted.
You guys can see me and stuff? You can hear me? Am I echoing? Am I echoing? Okay, thank you. Well, my name is Akil. I'm in grade 11. I wrote this poem called So Focused Yet So Distracted. Basically, a little brief description on what it is. People these days, more specifically, young adults and teenagers, they become so focused on, especially in this time of technology and social media, they focus on things that aren't important, that they become distracted by it, and they don't focus on what is important. So they're so focused on the unimportant things that they become distracted. So that's why I called it that. Hope you enjoy it. If you don't, that's fine. Feedback is good. Any feedback is good to me. So yeah, hope you enjoy it. So focused yet so distracted. This is the theme of our generation. Captivated by our goals and dreams, yet ensnared by hesitation. Oblivious to what is there, anxious for what is not. Knowing so much of another, but nothing of themselves, almost as if they forgot. Entertained by what doesn't concern them, and distant from what does. So focused yet so distracted. So now what is becomes what was. Looking for acceptance, returning discouraged. Their confidence killed by the fake realities. No longer can they swim. Now left to drown in their possibilities. Attentive to and of people's words. Uncaring and dismissive of their actions. So focused yet so distracted. Instead of understanding, they seek satisfaction. So many people in the world, yet so little. He doesn't want to be him. He wants to be you. But if everyone is trying to be another, then who is left to fill the shoe? It's funny, because you believe people are so perfect. The lies they tell and show you. It's a serious infection. But I'm sorry to break it to you, but they're all cowards, all projections. I find that people tend to skip a step when seeking a happily ever after. but it's simple. Accept all that you are, and all that you're not will no longer matter. Because to embrace who you truly are, it is the best thing to achieve. Nothing else can compare, even the person you portray yourself to be. I don't know why it's this way. Maybe we're misguided, or maybe we lack foundation. So focused yet so distracted. This is the theme of our generation. That's it.
That was amazing. I loved it. There was so much emotion, so much expression. That was really well written. Up next, we have Batsela, who is in grade 10, reading her poem called Mirror.
Kalinu, and when we were told to write a poem, I spent more time actually thinking of a topic than writing my poem. And I believe that the current topic I picked is relatable to most people, so I hope you enjoy. Through a mirror and through a photo, the reflection you see is nothing but the moment, but nothing but an image of the moment you seize. When you look in the mirror, what do you see? What naughty little tricks does it play on me? It says you're tall, it says you're short, it says you're fat, it says you're ugly. All it's trying to say is that you can never be pretty. Isn't it crazy? A piece of glass, less than $1, minding insecurities deep inside her. I now realize as time goes by that the beauty is nothing but what lies inside. Wish you could see how your smile lights up the room and the twinkle in your eye as bright as the moon. Those moments you missed are the most precious of them all. Those moments you missed are the most beautiful among them all. What truly matters is what you feel, rather than the beauty on the outer appeal. Now look at your mirror and look what it hints. It says you're strong, it says you're happy, it says you're good enough, it calls you pretty.
I absolutely loved that poem. Great job, Vatsala. And next up, we have a poem by Tosin Thompson. She will be reading the poem called Giants. So give it up for Tosin.
Everyone. I am actually presenting this poem on behalf of a member of Pen Strokes. She's not here today, but she just started writing poetry. She was really afraid of writing poetry, actually. And she usually writes short stories. So she started writing poetry, and I was just so proud of her because her poetry has been so great. And she wanted to try writing poetry that doesn't rhyme. So she wanted to try something new. And here's a little explanation of why she wrote this poem. I wrote this poem because I think stars and pretty much everything in space are so cool. I know that doesn't sound very mature, but oh well, it's the truth. There are stories about the stars, and I like writing stories, so I thought I would make one and just try it from a different angle. So instead of writing a story about the stars, I made a poem. It just doesn't rhyme. I often think about strange things, and it's nice to see it on paper, or my laptop's paper. And that's what this poem is. It's a quick peek inside the fascination, creativity, and strange mind that is mine. And I just want to mention that the author of this poem is Jessica Hurl, and she's a grade 9 student at DDSB at home. So this poem is called Giants. As I am looking at the stars, I find myself imprisoned by wonder, by those twinkling little lights in the sky. I'm trying to think about how they got trapped up in the sky, and then I remembered there's a story about giants who roamed the earth for billions of years. They were alone, but eventually, much later on, humans came to be. Neither knew of the other's existence because the world was pitch black, but the giants had adapted. They could see outlines. And after a long while, they had enough. They wanted to see everything. So their king, the tallest of the giants, he stood up and declared, "I will bring our earth to life. I will give you sight." The giants cheered. It rumbled through all the parts of the earth. He went to the deepest part of his castle, opened the chamber of stars, and brought them up. When he came up, he stood tall and could not reach the sky. Not quite. So, for each star, he jumped. Every time he came back to the earth, he caused mountains to climb, valleys to plummet, the continents to split, and the night to shine. Once he was done, the sky was a beautiful sheet of lights, and the stars came to life. In a private conversation between the king and the stars agreed to shine, as long as every 12 hours the king would go out and catch them as they jumped from the sky to rest. The king agreed, and he went to speak but was cut off. His stars weren't enough for his people. They wanted a brighter light, a bigger light. So he went back down and got his best men and women to make the sun. He had to wear gloves because it was hot. Hot, so hot. The king knew the sun was killing him, but he had to do whatever he could to make his people happy. So he jumped and put the sun into place. He used his last flare of life to place it, and the sun slipped, now eternally destined to rotate the earth. The giant's king fell back down dead, with the sun in the sky, the giants and humans visible to each other, and the stars alone, without anyone to catch them. Now I sit here, looking at the sky, trying so desperately to tell the stars that I am here. I am ready, that my arms are outstretched, that they can fall, so finally they can rest. Thank you.
Wow, that was an amazing poem. It had so much meaning and it was overall beautiful. Okay, everyone, next up we have Citrita, who is a grade 10 student and will be performing her poem called My Reign Will Be Endless. Let's give it up for Citrita.
And today I'll be reading my own poem called My Reign Will Be Endless. Before I start, just to tell you a little bit about it, I wanted to give a voice to Mother Nature because I feel if she was to say something, it would probably be very forgiving, but I wanted to put a twist to it. So in my poem, she's a little bit more angry and has an attitude. So yeah. I on my own shine a light in your life as bright as the sun. For the sun is not a part of me, but it too brings out my beauty. The grass so green, the trees so tall, animals of big and small. Every day I'm here for you to see. You love my presence, yet have no mercy. As days go by, my life slowly depletes. Not everyone has access to what I can give. I feel very sorry. Yet I cannot do more, as I do not exist in such a state to be able to physically stretch my hand in aid. You admire me, yet you take advantage. I have no control over what the future holds. My sparkle will die, and when that day arrives, I will only watch you stand, almighty and tall, blinded by your pride as you watch me fall. Maybe you will change, because I for sure will return. Alive since the very beginning, I've restarted my journey time and time again. And I refuse to die just because of the end of men. I will regrow despite your ignorance. You believe you can survive without me. You love my presence, yet have no mercy, because after all, destruction is your nature. Thank you for listening. That was such incredible delivery. It was so powerful. I could hear the earth moving with her words, and I can tell that you all loved it too, just looking at the chat. Keep sharing your praises for any poetry that you like. I know it makes my day, it makes every performer's day, because they have worked so hard on their poetry. So, congratulations to all our winners. And without further ado, I'm going to pass it back to the execs who are going to introduce our next performer.
So for this next performance, I'm very keen to listen to this one. Up next, we have Jericho, who's a grade 11 student and will be performing his original poem called Self-Unsatisfied.
Jericho Robles or something like that. My name is Jericho Robles. I'm a grade 11 student. I made this poem because I'm a blatant narcissist. Yeah, I made this poem because I'm a blatant narcissist and love looking at myself in the mirror. Yeah, it's called self-unsatisfied. Let's just roll with it. Self-unsatisfied. An insecure prince self-centered, self-deprecating, self-ignored, self-venerating. The flower poisons himself. He stabs at the heart he adores. He blooms to close himself in. He plants himself below and brings himself high. Like a woodsman's strong arm, he cuts himself down. The reflection he gazes, over the water to him it amazes. For grief-stricken, his hate hurts his heart. The lake contorts and swirls, his face distorts and hurls. He can't believe who looks back. A muddy puddle holds his image. Who is this man? A narcissist who hates its very being. Confident and bold, self-assured and challenging. The mirror keeps back his lover. But the mirror bears another man. A mingled existence, unsure and meek. Repulsive and disgraced. The narcissist cannot love himself as he should. He shuts others out, deprived desires of himself. He's denied of dying desolately. Though someone else offers love, he had been struck with himself. Self-absorbed but too fixed on the future. Self-satisfied but never satisfied. Self-loving but self-hating. He cannot be reached, never having what he needs. He considers the end the meaning to his means, a way to finally escape himself, it seems, no longer willfully wishing for a wretched world of wronged self-worth. A world where he can only leave himself to die. He feels haplessness. For hope, it's a hapless happening hell for holy heretics. He'd rather herald the heresy than hoard half-hearted happiness. He can't live with himself. I want him to live. But when I reach for him, I am but a shattered mirror, and he cannot see himself in it. Oh, I wonder if that worked.
Wow, that was so meaningful and so entertaining. Next up, we have Ruhin performing an original poem entitled Time. So let's give it up for him.
Ruhin Rahi, and I'm a student of J. Clark. I'm in grade 10, and the title of my poem is Time. Now, the inspiration for the poem that I've created for you all today is about one of the biggest elements of our universe that is a constant to all of us, and that is time. And my poem really reflects what that truly means. This poem was originally inspired by my own wristwatch and by the film Tenet by Christopher Nolan and by that little clock right there. So I hope you all enjoy. This will just give you a little bit of something to think about. Time. What is time? It is the constant of our reality for which is perceived through our eyes and our mind. That is time. Time never stops. Time never waits. Time is what causes smiles or tears on our faces. That is time. As swift as the wind, as unforgiving as the sea, time is what keeps people's sanity. From due dates to actual dates, it can drive anyone mad, for without time, there can be no order across the land. That is time. No human, no creature has anything like a clock's features, for there is only one similarity, a unique sound which can be made from a clock. Tick-tock. That is time. For adults to students, from Canadians all the way to Australians, time is what determines our existences maybe even for aliens. So the next time someone asks, tell them your thoughts, then leave them with tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. That is time. Thank you.
Awesome job, Ruhin. That was definitely a reality check for many of us. Up next, we have Anush reading her poem called One Look.
And I'm in grade 10. And I'm going to be performing a short poem called One Look by me. This poem is about what it's like to find more life, love, and comfort in a fictional world rather than reality. One look. One look and I'm in love. One look and we've shared all our laughter. One look and you're in love. One look and we've won all our battles. One look and we're grieving together because one look and you're all I have. And one look is all that's left because one look into the real world for me to realize you're not even real. Thank you.
Amazing job, Anush. You really showed us how one look has a lot of expression in it. Up next, we have Isaiah from grade 12 reading his poem called Lasting Trauma.
I'm a grade 12 student. I've been writing poetry for a bit over a year now. And this poem that I'm going to read is called Lasting Trauma. Its inspiration, I honestly don't remember because I wrote this poem a long time ago. But it's about basically, well, you'll see when I read it. I'm just going to get into it. I can't lie. I felt sick to my stomach. Like I got a gut punch straight out of a comic. I was down bad. About to take that final dive, I was so sad. I had lost my will to stay alive. Can't believe how I held that steel to my dome. I felt like my life was on an overdue loan. Now I'm following orders, waiting for my chance to take the throne. And when I get the crown, I'm gonna burn it down. So it returns to where it came, deep underground. These capitalist nations don't deserve our gold. We are one with the land that we call home. We were taken just to be left out in the cold. Now we're suffering from lasting trauma. It makes it hard to take command. Have you ever wondered why we fear the ocean or are scared of K9? Our ancestors seen the vastness of the ocean for the first time. They were taken from their homes. They have never even seen the shoreline. They treated us less than dogs. When we fought for our freedom, they chased us with all of houndkind. Now we're shackled by people in powerful positions. They break the law and are brought in under suspicion. And we're profiled, then apprehended with murderous intent. And then we get locked up without so much as a fair disposition. Hi, thank you for listening.
That was such a powerful poem, Isaiah. I absolutely loved that. And next up, I am so excited to present Lana, who is a grade 11 student, and she will be presenting her poem titled Sunshine in My Eyes. So give it up for Lana, our last performer of the day.
Thank you so much. So you'll notice I've stopped presenting. If you want to pin my screen to make me a little bit bigger, feel free to do that. Honestly, hi everybody. My name is Lana. I'm a grade 11 student. I'm going to be reading my poem called Sunshine in My Eyes. And I really wrote this poem because I spent a long time thinking about what kind of poetry I would enjoy writing. And over these kind of past couple months, I spent a lot of time sitting on my desk, staring outside my pretty small window, seeing the trees and leaving it open, listening to the chirps. And between all the rainy days and the sunshine and everything, I've just realized how important it is to stop and take a moment to appreciate all the really small things. You'll notice I've got a flower in my hair. It made me happy today, so I decided why not. So without further ado, here is my poem called Sunshine in My Eyes. I woke up this morning with sunshine in my eyes, sunshine that gave way to stormy grays, high lows and low highs, sunshine that lasted all of a moment, sunshine dulled by closed blinds. I woke up this morning to sunshine lost to a sea of white. A sea of assignments, scattered to-do lists, a sea of missed texts and appointments, a sea of you need to try, a sea of do better, work harder, be smarter. My sunshine gave way to a sea of I don't know why. Because sometimes I don't know. I don't know why I bother. Why should I when my sunshine goes away without fail? Why should I when sunshine is wiped away by rain? Why? Why should I? Why should I try? My mother loves the rain, for stormy grays give way to sunshine, and that's why I try. I woke up this morning with sunshine in my eyes, sunshine that gave way to stormy grays, high lows and low highs, sunshine that came back, a cycle always spinning, because stormy grays go away every time, thwarted by a chipper good morning, because there is sunshine in my eyes, blinds I forget to close, doors left open, there is sunshine that is dwarfed by stormy grays, sunshine that comes back with a simple hey. There's sunshine in every friend I meet, traces of contagious rays in shy smiles, hidden, discreet, because sometimes I hide behind a wall of I don't know what's wrong, what's right, stuck behind it, stuck inside my mind, unending lows, never a victorious high in that world of no sunshine. But we are lonesome creatures, and as our loneliness creeps nearer, I remember that when I'm alone and I fear going on, that my sunshine can never truly be gone. Because I woke up this morning with sunshine in my eyes, and at lunch there will be sunshine in my smile, sunshine in a cup of tea held close, sunshine that permeates even when you're lost. There is sunshine in the leaves that float down on walks, sunshine in the way you speak, the way you talk, sunshine in sad eyes and sad smiles, sunshine that shines so bright it scares me. Because I am scared, afraid of the moment I can no longer find my sunshine. But I woke up this morning with sunshine in my eyes, and tonight I will forget to close my blinds. So for a moment, my fear is forgotten, and for however long the sunshine is bright, there will be sunshine in my eyes. Thank you very much. All right, I think I've given that time to settle in. Thank you all for joining us here today. It's been a spectacular night over these past couple months, even planning this event, getting everybody practicing, reading their poetry. I know I'm honored. I know Tosin's definitely had a lot of fun as well. And I'll let her speak to that for a couple minutes if she'd like.
Yes, once again, thank you for everyone who came. It's just great to have such a great turnout. So thank you to everyone who's just been here and who has been supporting this event. And thank you to everyone who shared as well.
Yes. So that concludes our event. I just want to extend another thank you to all of our organizers, to all the execs for spending so many long hours on this, for Mr. Beatty helping us organize these, Mr. Dune, Mr. Maharaj for joining us here today. It's been a spectacular time. If you've won anything, we're going to be DMing you, reaching out to you to let you know how you're going to be getting that. So just one more thank you. I hope you've enjoyed our event. If you loved anybody's performances today, please, and you know them personally, shoot them a text. Let them know, because poetry is hard and poetry is scary. So thank you all for joining us here today. And you are all free to go. Have a spectacular weekend, everybody, and we'll see you next year.